Hey, it's Fred at Collins Boating in Smithfield, North Carolina. Behind the camera is Jeffrey Davis with Eastern North Carolina Bass Challenge. Today, what we're going to do, this brand new Nitro Z19 has been sold, and we're going to show you how at Collins we test these boats, inspect these boats, pass or fail these boats before the customer picks them up. So we'll go through a series of tests. Come with us, take a ride. One thing we always do is check the kill switch. Make sure the engine stops when the kill switch is taken off. It does. There's my alarm. I'm in neutral. I'm gonna try to crank it. Nothing happens. So therefore the kill switch does work. Okay, what we're doing, we're checking the live wells, making sure the aeration pump was working and the recirc pump was working. You see that, that's good, so we'll move on to the next step. All right, we've got a GPS set up, we've got down scan and regular sonar set up. You can see they're all reading properly. Give me 1 second here and see if we can just maybe find a school of fish or some structure on the bottom. There you go, we got a little bit of activity going on right here. So that tells me that all of my down scan, side scan is working as well. Side scan's working, so everything on the sonar and on this graph is working just fine. The RPM gauge is working, as you can tell here. The tilt on the bow on the engine, let's go all the way down, make sure that gauge is working. And it is. Speedometer's here, fuel gauge is here, which the fuel gauge is reading a half a tank. And over here we've got right at 13 on the battery, so we're doing just fine there. Water pressure is not registering, so bear with us just a second. Let me get this boat up on plane and we'll see what we've got here. Oh yeah, so we got water pressure, so that's working. All my gauges are working. We've checked through the nav lights, and we've checked through the anchor light. Live wells you saw earlier were working. The bilge pump, when we get back on the trailer, we're going to take the plug out, back the boat back in the water, and check the bilge pump, and the horn works. Next, we're gonna move up to the trolling motor and the front graph. Let's take a look and see what we've got there. Okay, so now we're going to test the trolling motor, and as you can see, I've got the live scope on and it's registering just fine. You can see the marks. I'm scanning a little bit with the trolling motor right now, so I know that's working fine. We're going to change the graphs. We'll go to traditional sonar, that's working fine. We come back over to charts. Let's go with fishing charts. And there we are. So my front graph's working. Now we'll check the trolling motor. This has a spot lock feature, so we'll check it. So I'm gonna say Jeffrey just caught a bass in this spot off of that cypress tree. So I'm gonna hit my spot lock. Spot lock's gonna back us up to the exact spot that we put the anchor mode down. While Jeffrey's getting his bass off the hook, I'm gonna catch a bigger bass. Ride with us a little bit. We're gonna take a trip down the lake. We'll check the steering, whole shot, RPMs, make sure all that's good. It's windy out here. My hair. Stay with us, guys. Port turn.
that run before a few times.
More than you know. Okay, so what you saw with two guys in a john boat just passed in front of us, so we took a little detour. Now we're back to where we started from basically, but what I normally do at the end, after all the electronics, all the pumps, all the lights are checked, I'll do a figure eight. And when I do a figure eight, it's for two reasons. I'm checking the steering, number one, I'm checking cavitation, and also I'm leaving a figure eight on your graph to let you know that your boat has been checked. All right, I'm gonna turn to the port side first for the first half, and then the second half I'll go a starboard turn. All right, now we're going to go back to the starboard side. And if you'll look right here, I've got a figure eight. All right, as I said earlier, we're going to check the bilge pump. So what I did, I took the boat out, undid the bilge plug, now back the boat back in. And as you can see right here, the bilge pump's working. So I didn't find anything wrong. All the systems, everything works perfectly on this boat. Appreciate you guys riding along with Jeffrey and I. Thanks a lot.